Hello and welcome to the 1/106 of a second photography podcast. Today's episode is about holiday cameras, and it's one of those hypothetical episodes again because I'm not going on holiday at the moment. It just doesn't seem worth it. I'm having time off work and I'm doing some DIY or I'm doing other things, but I'm not going on holiday. But it's holiday season, it's summer holiday, so I've decided to think about what I would take on my holidays, what camera gear and what photography gear and what video gear. As you know, I'm not someone who likes to carry loads of gear around. I am not DSLR dad, or should it be mirrorless dad now? Mirrorless mum maybe and DSLR dad. So I won't be taking lights and tripods on my holiday. I would never do that. It's all about enjoyment, and it's all about capturing your memories and capturing special things and capturing interesting things. But the key thing is enjoyment. Unless you're going on a photography holiday, which I don't do and I never have and I probably never will. So it's all about being light and not weighing myself down. So the first thing I would take would be my Ricoh GR3, and that would be my camera to take snaps with. That would be my photography camera. I like to go on city breaks and things like that. So a light street style photography camera is ideal. The GR3 is excellent, and I haven't used the GR3 for a very long time because I haven't been doing street photography. We all know why, but with the GR3 it feels natural. I can take it out of my pocket, I can take a really good picture and I can put it back in my pocket. I can easily and quickly, the GR3 does this very quickly, transfer the files to my phone, and I can edit them on my phone and I can post them or upload them wherever I want. So the GR3 is great for those quick snaps. It doesn't take long to power on. You can get a really good shot. It has good autofocus and everything. Now, one thing I hate is this thing of a camera. Just do it on your phone. You don't need a camera. And I've always said this. We are tied to our phones more now than ever. If I lost my phone or someone got hold of my phone, they'd have access to emails. They'd have access to so much of my life because our phones are tied so much to our life. So I remember I went to like a holiday thing, and there was a pool and there were rapids and there were all these things, and people were going around with their phones down water slides and stuff. I couldn't believe it. And I know phones now are waterproof and they can be submerged for 30 minutes, or the top ones can. Still, if you lose your phone, you lose your digital life. So I would always prefer to have a separate camera, separate video camera, whatever, rather than getting my phone out. That takes me to my next point. When I was holidaying, I like to go skiing. Skiing's a big thing that I do. I love to go skiing, and there's no way I'd be recording anything on my phone simply because you're wearing gloves. You can't your dexterity's gone. Not your fine motor skills, but your ability to do things on a screen is gone when you're wearing ski gloves. And sometimes you can't take them off. And sometimes you want to capture something while you're actually traveling. So you would think an action cam would be the camera I'd pick there. My Ricoh GR, I'd worry if I dropped it because that would break. So not the GR, something a bit more rugged. But I think I'd actually take a 360 camera and a small selfie stick, because then I could just ski down the mountain and I can hold it out and it's not too much bother, and I can reframe it later. I can take pictures from it. A 360 camera now offers so much versatility and is really, really useful. So for an active holiday, a 360 camera. Although you could still use a 360 camera on your normal holiday. And when you go on holiday, it's quite about the sights. So I would take a bridge camera as well. So my Ricoh GR for getting some really good, pictures. And what's really good about the Ricoh GR, if you go somewhere hot, you can do highlight priority. That's not limited to hot places, but highlight priority preserves the highlights. It's a metering mode that preserves the highlights. That's really useful. That gives you some really, really good images. So yeah, definitely the Ricoh GR3, a 360 camera and a bridge camera so that you can zoom in. Of course, the Ricoh GR is a fixed 28mm lens. My phone is a fixed lens. I don't have the one with the telephoto lens on. So I definitely take a bridge camera. A small bridge camera is not very much. Well, mine wasn't because I got it second hand. It can shoot 4K. It has an amazing zoom. So you can zoom in, to your heart's content, or start really wide, and it shoots in RAW. Now, of course, when you zoom in, you lose quality. You lose quality because your f-stop drops down as you zoom. The camera is generally a small sensor anyway, but you lose quality when you have extreme zooms, particularly in hot places, because you're starting to get distortion via hot currents and air moving anyway. So I'd always say take with you a cheap bridge camera rather than a very expensive one, because you're always going to have that problem of when you are zooming very far away, haze and air currents are going to disrupt your image anyway. So that's what I would take on my fictional holiday. And of course, as I've said, I'm not going on holiday, but there we are. 3 light cameras. I'd take one out with me at a time, or maybe 2, but no more than that. I wouldn't take images on my phone, particularly if I was worried about dropping stuff, because my digital life is tied to my phone, unfortunately, and I would hate to lose my phone. That would be game over. Anyway, thank you ever so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.